All right, I did promise I was going to do a podcast, Saturday night podcast, with some of you guys who are going to join and talk about video games and tech. I really want to focus this Saturday night podcast mainly on the video games and tech to talk about Steam Deck and to talk about some upcoming video games, future games, and PC, PlayStation, cloud gaming, the future of shadow tech, and stuff like that. I figured it'd be a perfect time to do it tonight. You know, and if you want me to, I could actually change into a snake voice if you guys, Colonel, if you want me to, I'll do it. So, but no, I already had enough of Snake last night, man. 12 hours. So I'm going to go ahead and invite some guests, and we're going to talk about strictly video games and tech. Uh, Philosophy, we can do philosophy maybe tomorrow night or Monday night or Tuesday night. If you guys want to jump into that kind of a talk. But there's so much to talk about regarding video games. There's a lot of stuff being cooked in a video game kitchen, if you will. So Jose is here. Jose, Dylan, Roach. I'm solid as snake. I'm not a roach. I'm no hero. I'm just someone hired to do a wet work. I'm no hero. I'm just an old snake. Um, so let me invite some people here. People ask me, do I know David Hayter? Who? Who is David Hayter? I don't know. Who is he? Have you met him? I haven't. What about the big boss? Did he play a big boss? Maybe. I don't know. I'm dying here. It doesn't really matter. Where David Hayter abandoned me a long time ago. Meryl too. I don't know David. I mean, I don't know David Hayter. I mean, I do follow him on Twitter. Sorry about that. I lost my I lost my microphone. I know him from Twitter. I follow David Hayter from Twitter, and I think he got a little bit upset at me that I sent him a video of me reading quotes or a script from a video game, you know, from Guns of the Patriots. I was reading something, and I think I sent him the video, and I think I don't know what it was, but he didn't like it, like you know, or something. He didn't want to reply or whatever. I think he removed my comment and my link for whatever reasons. Look, I'll say this about David Hayter. I understand why he takes this character so personal to the heart because he put a heart and soul into this character. Um, I think he took it the wrong way when I sent him that video. I was just trying to tell him how much I appreciate his work and all that, but I think he took it the wrong way. I think he thought I was trying to mock him or something. It was just a misunderstanding. But I'm pretty sure he's a cool guy. I think he also got butthurt um, when Kiefer Sutherland got the role for Phantom Pain. He got a little bit butthurt. But look, I get it. I understand. Listen, I get it. I know. It's all good. We all have heroes. And his was David Hayter. I mean, Snake. So I get it, man. I get it. That's his bread and butter. If it wasn't for Snake, who knows where his life would have turned. Maybe he wouldn't be as successful as he is right now. The reason why he has a successful life is probably because of Solid Snake. Because of Solid Snake, he wouldn't be where he's at right now, and he's grateful that he has that opportunity to voice this character. So I know it's very personal for him, just like for Jennifer Hale, doing the voice for Naomi Hunter and other characters and Mass Effect and all that. I understand why this is so personal to them because these characters are, bread and butter. Okay, but I think he got a little bit butthurt that Kiefer Sutherland got um, asked by Hideo Kojima to play Big Boss, and honestly, I thought Kiefer Sutherland did a good job. I think he knocked it out of the ballpark. He did a great job, and it's good that they used Kiefer Sutherland because the Big Boss, it's his father, so he has to be different. Yes, there's a resemblance there, just like father and son. You can see a little bit of a similarities, but Kiefer Sutherland as a Big Boss. To me personally, I thought it was a good idea. I'll just leave it at that. What's up, Mamba? I'll send you guys the link. Let me send you the link. Sorry about that. I got carried away talking about Snake. Well, I've been playing Snake yesterday on a PlayStation now. While the Otacon was too busy making a new software. Hold on. Software for what? Doesn't matter. Software for his software. Um, Let me go to Instagram. Let me send you guys the link so you can join me. Pa, 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 pa. And I'm gonna go ahead and send a link to you, Mamba, right now, and put a paste, copy, and I'm gonna send a link to Sasha if he wants to comment. But I want to really talk about strictly about the video games and the tech. We can talk about society. We can talk about society and philosophy. We can go deep on specific, podcast. All right, so let me also send it to Cameron if he wants to jump in. I don't want to bother Cameron too much. I know he's playing uh, Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima. Mm, it can't be. So, but if you're free, Cameron, you can always jump in. All right, Mamba, come in, brother. Here we go.
Hey,
Welcome.
you can
How
hear
you
me.
doing? Oh yeah, I can hear you, man.
All right.
How you doing, man? How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm eating my ice cream.
Nice. That's awesome, man. Anyway, I was just talking about like yesterday, man. What a ride, bro. 12
Yeah.
hours. What a masterpiece. That game really hasn't it was really ahead of its time. I was yeah, I mean, I was so glued into it yesterday. And I'm like, man, this game ahead of its time in
Yeah.
2008. And there was nothing quite like it on PC, on Nintendo, on Xbox. It was truly a very unique game that was like 10 out of 10 masterpiece across the board, right? Everybody gave it 10 out of 10, right?
Yeah. But you think about it, 2007 to 2008,
Yeah.
how many great games came out in that year?
Oh,
It's fucking
Uncharted,
unbelievable.
Yeah. Oh my
Mass
God, dude,
Effect, you know,
it was fucking unbelievable. No, you're right. It was just a
Grand
what
Theft.
a
Oh, well, I'll let you finish. Hold on.
no. I mean, it just no. You got me excited because not only did we get some dude kick-ass video games, kick-ass movies, kick-ass music. Fuck, man, it was fucking badass, right?
I love
I
to
mean,
relive all those old games, dude. I love reliving them.
yeah,
Yeah,
dude, you know. I mean, let me tell you, from 2001. I mean, yes, we have to address the 9/11 and what happened and all that. Sure,
yeah.
that took everybody by surprise. But my God, when you look at 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, dude, the amount of video games, the amount of stuff that came in, um, mind blowing, dude. I mean, mind blowing. Even PlayStation Portable came out as well. That's including Halo and Halo 2 and all these other games, Gears. I mean, the movies were booming. We had, Casino Royale, we had Transformers, we had, dude, American Gangster. I mean, fuck fuck, right? The amount of movies, bro, it was crazy. Man on Fire with Denzel, and I mean, it was fucking great, man. Um, Dude, it was but there was a downfall, right? In
Yeah.
2013, in 2020, 2012, 2013, I felt like there was a downfall. We had like drop off. We were like dropping off. With that momentum that we had, right, of video games from 2000. I mean, even 2000. Look at 2000 with PlayStation 2, and then 2001. Holy shit, man! Let's just look at PlayStation in 2001. Look at this: Grand Theft Auto 3, right? Only on PlayStation 2. All right, October, October. I know it was October 2001.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto 3. The next month after that, November 11th, Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. We had that, right?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Um,
Right.
let's see. And then summer, we had Gran Turismo 3, Ace Spec. Uh, and then Ace Combat came in September, along with the Zone of the Enders in September as well, with a demo of Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. Um, and that's just the PlayStation. Okay. Then you look at the Xbox being released in November, November 15th, right? Or was it November 12th?
I
Something
think it
like
was
that.
the 15th. The 15th.
The
Yeah.
15th. Yeah, November 15th. We had Bill Gates and, do you know what The Rock is cooking? The Dwayne Johnson we had back then when he had some hair and he wasn't all juiced up like he's right now. He's juiced. I mean, come on,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did it naturally. Yeah, naturally my ass. Anyway, so that's a whole different subject. We can talk about that. And I'm sure Cameron could definitely jump in on that one when it comes to physical fitness and all that. But so the Xbox came in, right, with Halo Combat Evolved. And, they didn't really know how well that's going to play out, right? With the Halo Combat Evolved in 2001, they really didn't know if it's going to pick up, is it going to be good, but everybody was buying it. I remember everyone bought two copies
It was a console
of,
seller.
yeah, it was Halo Combat Evolved and Project Gotham Racing,
Well, here's
these
the
two games.
interesting
Yeah,
thing is that the original Xbox was pretty powerful for a console for 2001. You know.
yeah. Jose says that a great memory. Well, I haven't gotten senile yet. My memory still holds me up a little bit. Thank you. Yeah, man. I have a memory for certain things that I remember. Like me and Cameron talked about this earlier today. Something that impresses me, I don't forget. Like the experience, if I had a great experience on something, I don't care how senile I get or if I get Alzheimer's or whatever. I'll never forget the great experience, right? You're never gonna forget that shit. That
Yeah.
beautiful Nirvana experience, right? That shit you don't forget. what you forget is shit that you never enjoyed, like shit that you never gave a shit about, right? That's what you
Yeah.
forget. But when you have a great time on something, I'm sure you'll never forget, like going to Italy when you come back. You have such a great memories there
Yep.
when you go there. Yeah, when you come back, because you will always remember the great things, right? And that's what I remember. I remember all the great games that we had, man. And it wasn't just 2000, dude. This continued on from 98. Even Medal of Honor was fucking great. I had a great time playing that shit, you know. From 98, GoldenEye, Zelda, Dreamcast, and all the games that came out on
Yeah, yeah.
Dreamcast. Uh,
I don't know.
not,
I personally think it all started with the PS1. I think that was the pinnacle. Uh,
well, yeah, it was a competition. They pushed the competition because no one really believed that Sony, a television manufacturer, home theater, car audio, Walkman, company was going to be jumping into the console, right? But they did, and my God, they surprised everybody.
yeah. Hold on. Let
That,
me go. Let me go put this ice cream away. I'll be right
yeah,
back.
go ahead. Not only did they surprise everybody, but they pushed the envelope to the point where it's like, I mean, they even surpassed like Nintendo and Sega, and of course they surpassed Xbox, obviously. But you know what? It's funny. No one even expected Microsoft to jump into a video gaming, right? But they managed to jump in, and they were, successful to a certain extent. Obviously, they didn't defeat PlayStation or anything like that or Nintendo, but they were able to hold their own. Like to be respectful to Xbox, they were able to hold their own with Halo and Gears and some other features like the Xbox Live and Xbox 360 console. Um, they were able to hold their own. Um, and it's interesting to see companies like that, to step into console manufacturing and console gaming and to be successful actually. Uh, and I think Valve has a pretty good opportunity here. I just uploaded a couple of videos. I uploaded a video about the Steam Deck and how Steam Deck has this gyro. I didn't even know that there was a gyro till Cameron mentioned it to me. Like when you playing a first-person shooter games, it's very interesting. Like that you have that option to play like that, to move your Steam Deck, like a 360 video, moving it up and down, left and right.
Yeah.
And yes, it takes some time getting used to it, because you never played like this, and your brain is trying to memorize this and all of that. But I find it very unique, very unique. Look, I'll say this about Steam Deck is, I love variety of options. I always say there's nothing. I love companies that give options, and what Gabe Newell did with Steam Deck, he gave the gamers an option. Like, hey, how do you want to play this? You want to use a touchpad? Use a touchpad. And we really made a cool touchpad, not like one of those cheap ass laptop touchpads. I wish that it would make something similar that they do on the Steam Deck that would put on these gaming laptops, where you can feel it and touch it, like a rumbling and all that. And they also give you a thumbstick left and right, back buttons in the back, top trigger, bottom trigger, all of that shit,
Oh yeah.
left, right trigger. And they also give you a touch screen, so and including a gyro to move your screen up and down, left and right. You guys can watch the videos, you'll see what I'm talking about. Um, I like that. I like those options, and I think Steam Valve has a good opportunity here to do their own thing, honestly. Because I think the Steam Deck is successful. It's been selling out like crazy, and that's a good thing for Valve because now this is gonna give them the green light to work on perfecting the next installment of the Steam Deck, Steam Deck 2, probably. That's what they're gonna call it. And I
Yeah,
think they and you have to remember Steam works with a lot of developers. They know a lot of developers. They work with Nvidia, AMD, Intel, all of these companies, including the gaming developers, including the indie developers, all sorts of different developers. So I think they have opportunity to even maybe create their own first, which they have their own first party, of course. They've got, Half-Life. Maybe they'll do Steam Deck 2 with a Half-Life 3.
maybe. Yeah,
Now, that would be just but let's say exclusively. I don't think they're going to go with exclusive. I think they want PC gamers to experience it as well. I don't think they would go exclusive, but I'm pretty sure there would be some cool features that they would probably utilize with a Steam Deck too, right? We're just guessing here. People who are watching this, I mean, I don't know. I'm not Gabe Newell. I don't, drink coffee with a guy. I don't know what he's going to do. You know,
yeah.
I'm not his, financial advisor. I'm just simply saying I can easily see Valve pushing more towards the Steam Deck, you know, console gaming into the future more than they would normally stick to, virtual reality Valve Index, even though that's important to them as well.
Well,
Create, yeah, but I think this will be their main focus now, to be honest with you.
they will
Not,
add they will add VR support on the Steam Deck too. I heard.
well,
They
there you
they
go.
they want to do that, so that's that problem solved right there. You know.
So there you
Uh,
go, integrated. So you get yourself a Steam Deck and a Valve Index integrated together, like you said. So the problem is solved in that. There you go. You see, smart thinking. Now, how do you feel about Evil Dead game, man? I played it. What do you think? I'll let you know what I think, but what do you think? Have you played it?
I think it's all right. I mean, it's definitely nothing like extraordinarily new, but
Yeah,
I don't think it's bad. I think it's decent. You know, I don't
yeah.
think it's
I
terrible.
was I was surprised on how smooth it ran on PlayStation 5 I have a video that's coming up. You guys might see it while you're watching this. I multitask. I upload and do podcasts at the same time.
Yeah,
Uh, I was shocked and surprised, just like how smooth and fast and steady 60 FPS without any glitches the Unreal Engine, because it's Unreal Engine game, Evil Dead runs. I was very pleasant, especially when you're playing as demon, trying to stop the survivors. It was pretty cool, man. And it's like steady 60 FPS without any slowdowns. I was very impressed and very pleased. You know, I mean, to me, like I was saying earlier, I don't think the price for a multiplayer only game warrants a $40, in my opinion. I think
yeah,
$20,
I agree.
yeah, $20 would be like a good entry level for every multiplayer. And the only reason I say this, Mamba, is when you look at like Fortnite and PUBG, when you look at World of Tanks, when you look at what's the other one? Vampire Bloodlines, right?
Yeah,
Uh, it's free. And then if you want to, buy an extra stuff, buy an extra stuff. But I'm looking at the Evil Dead and it's $40 for the base game and multiplayer only, and then $30 for a game pass. I mean for a season pass. So that's total of $70, right? For a multiplayer game. And
yeah.
then if you want to purchase let's say uh, a new outfit, it's $10. I was like, I
Yeah.
don't know about that, man. That's I feel like someone's pulling down my pants and opening my cheeks,
Yeah.
you know what,
So
I mean.
I heard good news about Gotham Knights though. There's going to be no microtransactions in it, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's good. Yeah. But overall, I think Evil Dead game, it's fun game. I don't want people to get the wrong idea. We're not saying it's not a bad game. It has no bugs, runs smooth. It's just that I feel that, and I'm sure Mamba feels the same way, that, it's a bit too steep, $40 for a multiplayer only. If it had like a campaign, a lengthy campaign, okay, then, that you can justify that $40. And on top of being $40 for a multiplayer only game, now you have to pay $10 to change a costume. Uh, I don't know. That turns, and I think this is where these companies make a mistake, Mamba. The cash grab based on a movie license. You know, they just want to squeeze as much money as possible and promote it, and then if it doesn't do well, they can say at least we made money, so forget about it. Like Friday the 13th. I mean, are people still playing that? Is the server still running, or
I think so. I mean,
oh,
in
they do?
regular, I'd assume so. I mean, it's still pretty
Yeah.
popular. It has to
Oh,
be, right?
okay. So
But
here's
hold
the thing.
on. Mm.
Yeah, if they can keep a momentum like Dead by Daylight, because it's kind of similar to the best way to explain Evil Dead, it's very similar to Dead by Daylight and Friday the 13th. They're both
Okay.
multiplayer games, and
Yeah.
and they're yeah.
So the servers were shut down in November 2020. However, the game
Mhm.
is still available to play online through peer-to-peer matchmaking. The developers will continue to support and maintain the game until further notice.
But
But
in other words, that also means that yeah, you're not gonna see this. You're not gonna see it. Um, See, that's the thing, and so when I tell people that I don't think it warrants $40, what I mean by that is it's a multiplayer game only. It has no single player. It has some missions you can play offline, but still doesn't warrant to me the $40. So what happens when the servers shut down and game doesn't do well, right? They're not going to run the servers if not many people are playing it, right? So you have to think about that. That's if it's not successful, right? Because we don't know yet. The game just came out. So it's like a gamble, like, you're gambling the money. So my advice to people is wait till it drops the price down and then get it. But for right now, I think they're asking too much, to be honest with you, considering the fact that you also have to pay an extra $10 per each costume just to change a costume. Like, why can't you unlock it? Like, you know what I mean?
yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, it's like a cash grab, like a quick cash grab and all that based of a movie license. So, um, so I'll put it this way: it's like Dreamcast guy says. It's a fun game, fun multiplayer, and I'm pretty sure me and you, Mamba, will play it here and there, private, lobby or something. But again, should you pay $40 for it? If you're a hardcore fan, listen. If you're one of those hardcore fans and you love Evil Dead, so no matter what I tell you here, it doesn't really matter because you're Evil Dead, fanatic. So whatever Evil Dead out there, you'll buy it. Sure, money's not an issue for a fan, for a collector, right? But for like a casual gamer, I would say wait a little bit till it drops down on the price. Maybe it goes to Game Pass or something. You don't know. If things don't work out, they can always put it on the Game Pass, and on the Game Pass, I'm sure that they get a hell of a lot more people joining, right? Because it's Game Pass, right? It's free, it's included, so you'll have more people, right, jumping
Yeah,
in. And I think that that's the missed opportunity that this company has made with the Evil Dead. I think if they had jumped into Game Pass, or even the PlayStation Premium. Let's say if they do that, they have options. Here's the thing. If I was the guy who created this Evil Dead game, I would first thing I would do, okay, let's do entry level, $20. And then if people want to buy that extra stuff, let them buy the extra stuff. And then we'll see how it goes. If it does okay, mediocre, then we'll just put it on Game Pass, and in June we'll put it on PlayStation Premium Tier 3, right? And then we'll have people on both Xbox and PlayStation playing, and uh, you know, people from PC, I guess they can join if they want to. And on the PC, we can also cut it down to like, let's say, a $14 or something for the summer sale. This is what I would do in the marketing if I was to do it to get more people to play it.
Yeah.
But for right now, I would say wait. And now, having said that, it's not a bad game. I was impressed with the graphics. I was impressed with the voiceovers. I was impressed with how fast and smooth the game is. No issues, no problems. But again, it should have been $20. That's the whole point.
Yeah, I
What do you
agree.
think? Yeah, I think even Mamba agrees, and he has the game. He has it, so he played it. Uh, so that's how I feel about Evil Dead. And if you guys want to know more about Evil Dead, of course you can go watch that live stream I did and how I feel about it, or you can watch the video that I recently uploaded regarding Evil Dead. I only played on the PlayStation 5. Now, another thing to mention about the Evil Dead, you can play it on the Steam Deck. You just have to download a Epic Store app, right, to your Linux desktop. You don't need to actually put it on the Windows. You can put it on the Windows if you have Windows,
Well,
obviously.
there's it's called the Heroic Games Launcher, I think, and that's the Epic Games supported one
Yeah,
on Linux.
I think you need to. Somebody said there's another alternative way you can do it. You can use a Windows executable uh, app as well to
And
to.
run it through Proton or Wine. Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah. You
You
can
can
do
do
it
that.
like that too. You can do it like that way too as well. This is why I love this thing, man. And again, people ask me, what about your Nintendo Switch? I love my Nintendo Switch, man. I need to get into Nintendo Switch Sports a little bit. I haven't played that in a while. Uh, I love my visual novels in Nintendo. I love my, Nintendo online games that I can play. Me and Mamba played it. Uh, Look, I'm a gamer. People always ask me, yes, I have preferences, like everybody does, like every human being has a preference. But I love everything. I like variety of stuff. I wouldn't call myself a hardcore Sony fanboy because I'm not. People know I'm not. But I definitely have a special heart for Sony because I have a lot of a lot of great memories with Sony and PlayStation. So that's like my preference. It's always been my preference, you know. But I wouldn't consider myself a Sony fanboy. But I could easily qualify if let's say I wanted to. I could easily qualify for it. But I'm a gamer, and I think that's the difference. I think that between me and let's say some others out there is they have their subjective preference, and we all do. I have my own subjective preferences, of course, but I like variety. And I think when people watch my channel, they know I like variety. I choose variety, whether it's me, playing Nintendo or Xbox or PC or cloud gaming or Shadow, what have you, right? Luna,
Yeah.
sometimes Stadia. When was that? I don't know. It's been a while. Um, and I think that's what makes you a gamer is you doing you play variety. And I always have been playing variety, man. I mean, when I look back in the past from Commodore 64, Spectrum, ZX Sinclair, Atari, um, SNES, NES, Sega Genesis, Sega Saturn, Sega Dreamcast, Nintendo 64, PlayStation 1, PlayStation, I mean, 2, all of the Xbox, right? All of the above, GameCube. I think that's what makes you a gamer is variety, playing variety and trying different things. And it's not just with the video games. I always tell people, even when it comes to technology in general, I like variety. I like to try new things. I always get excited by something new, a new technology, right? I
Yeah,
mean, so and I think that's how it should be. But I also understand that there's people out there who are subjective to their preferences and they measure everything based on those subjective preferences. I get that. I understand that. Uh, but me, I look at things as like variety. I like variety, man. And now, granted, if we're gonna go look at statistics, who has better games, who has better exclusives, I mean, everybody knows that. That's like Godzilla in the backyard. It's Sony, PlayStation. Everybody knows that. That's there's nothing there to even like debate. It's not even up for the debate. That's just
yeah,
a fact. It's like who's the best quarterback right now. Everybody knows that. Whether you like him or don't like him doesn't really freaking matter. He's what, six MVP or is it seven MVP? I don't know how many fucking most valued player rings he's got on his hands. Tom
probably
Brady,
six.
right? Six, yeah, six MVP.
Probably
I think,
five Super Bowl MVP, I think, because
yeah,
the other two went to two other guys. So five of those rings that he got are uh he was the MVP, of course, and I think
yeah.
he's a
But the whole point is this: whether you like him, don't like him, hate him with passion, doesn't really matter. The fact is the fact, right?
yeah.
He's a successful quarterback, and there's no competition at the moment. It's the same thing with the PlayStation. PlayStation since '98 has been delivering groundbreaking blockbuster exclusives, and there's no competition for that. Not that I know of yet. Certainly Microsoft's not going to do it. Nintendo hasn't really done it. PC really hasn't brought anything substantially exclusive since I don't know Half-Life. um,
Well, maybe
this is just
World of Warcraft or League of Legends, but that's about it.
yeah, but yeah, that's about it. Hey Josh, how you doing, Josh? Josh says he's been playing a lot of No Man's Sky lately. And Stadia, LOL. God, just the word Stadia.
The thing about PC, hold on, is that if Sony decides, this is up to Sony whether they want
Yeah,
to really expand their games, you know, if something really big happens and they decide to expand more of their games to PC, well, then PC is kind of getting everything,
yeah,
because they already got the Xbox games, which are ported to both PC and the Series X, and the cloud, so I don't know. I mean, it's a double-edged
well,
sword.
I think PC gave up on the exclusives because
Well, yeah, exclusives are not really a thing for them. It's mainly just,
yeah. I think Half-Life was the last of its Mohicans, as far as like exclusivity. And then what was that? The Home World. What was it? The other one before that. Um,
um,
it was like a space game or something like that.
I don't know. I feel
It,
like the only new one is Diablo Immortal. That's going to be in a beta on PC, and it's also going to be on mobile. That's about it.
yeah. So you've been playing No Man's Sky lately, Josh. My brother got into it a long time ago. He's been playing it. I'm pretty sure my brother and you could like talk about No Man's Sky forever. My only thing with No Man's Sky is, Josh, one of these days maybe I'll get into it when have free time. Because as you can see, I've been playing these games. Like even Guns of the Patriots took me 12 hours yesterday. Jesus, you know, um, and that was painful, because these bosses ain't no easy. So just trying to find a time to play these because there's so like I tell people, I'm not bored. I'm never dry when it comes to video games. There's always something to play. Okay, it's never dry. No such thing as a dry month for me when it comes to video games. All right, there's always something to play. It's just trying to find the time, Josh. Trying to find the time to play it. That's the thing. But one of these days I'll jump into it. I'll really dedicate myself like I did for other games. Once I get into it, that's it. I am. That's what makes me a really good player, Mamba. And I think you saw that yesterday. When I get into it, like when I'm focused, I'm determined to finish
Yeah.
it. I'm like energized. You cannot stop me, bro. That's it. Once you let me go, it's like a tomahawk rocket. Once it goes out, that's it. Or javelin. Once it goes out with the propeller and start going out, that's it. Looks for its target till it reaches the target. That's it. So I'm the kind of same way. Maybe I shouldn't use that analogy for javelin, but anyway, the whole point is this: like when I'm focused, when I want to play something, I'm determined. Like I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna finish this damn thing, and that's my focus. So one of these days, I'm gonna try to focus on it. Malik is here. Boy, you talk too much, boy. Where's your drink?
So that reminds me of God of War. Boy.
Yeah, boy.
I'm playing it right now. That's weird.
What's your tongue, boy?
Boy.
Uh,
Shut
you
the hell
hear? I
up.
I know you hear, Malik. Where's a Bacardi? You drinking a Bacardi? Bacardi. I used to drink Bacardi Silver, man. Lemon, all the time.
You want to know what I was doing earlier with my PC RTX 3060? Of course, I was running more emulators, and let me tell you,
Uh-huh.
uh, I was playing, well, uh, I was playing this old game by the Elden Ring creators, King's Field, uh,
I never heard about that.
and
Interesting.
it's pretty good. It was on PlayStation 1. It's much easier, it's pretty fucking easy considering the company and the other games they make. It's more like I was playing the Japanese version, but it was translated to English, and I was doing it through the emulator. And wow, I mean, it really
Yeah.
is still pretty good atmosphere and everything. I really liked it.
Nice, nice, nice. I'm gonna have to look into it. So you're drinking a Bacardi Black. No pun intended. A black man drinking a Bacardi Black man.
Yeah.
You had 10 shots. You know, I was just reading the comment. Let me see. Bacardi Black man. I had 10 shots. Uh, I know he's drinking the Bacardi Black, but it's the Malibu one, right? One with the coconut.
And another good game. Do you remember Armored Core on PlayStation 1 as well?
Yeah, I
Um,
do remember it. I do
that's
remember it.
also
Yeah.
by From Software, so
Oh, really? I
yeah.
didn't know that the From Software. Well, look, man, I expect the Django to drink nothing other than Bacardi Black. You know. Now, if you happen to be Leonardo DiCaprio, I definitely expect you to either drink a Bacardi Silver or White Russian. You see how we can joke and not get offended? This is how it should be, man. This is how it used to be back in the days. We throw these jokes like that. But if you try to make these jokes like publicly, like on a Netflix special or Saturday Night Live, you're gonna get canceled immediately. You
Even
know,
on Reddit.
even on Reddit. Yeah, I miss the. Me and Malik, we know each other, man. We talked about this all the time, man. Like this, the sensitive generation. I'm from a generation of Richard Pryor, George Carlin. They don't give a shit, man. They go out there, Bill Hicks, they say whatever the fuck's on their mind. Even Eddie Murphy, raw. I mean, look at Eddie Murphy and Nick Nolte in 48 hours. All kinds of names being dropped. They don't give a fuck, dude. Those were the days, man. 1980s, 1990s. Now it's just like you have to kind of walk on the eggshells. Don't make sure you don't step on an egg, you know. Don't break the eggshell, or something like that. It's just so sensitive. Yeah. So sensitive.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
bad.
definitely, definitely.
So I
Hey,
heard about.
Malik. Yeah, let me just ask Malik. Have you played anything besides like what was that? Elden Ring? Is there any other games you played? I just want to see if you played anything other than Elden Ring. I think you've been traumatized by the Elden Ring. You're never gonna. Yeah, yeah, go
It's,
ahead, Mamba. You were gonna say
but I
something.
heard something bad happened today at Buffalo.
Oh,
Buffalo.
really?
It was a mass shooting, dude. Uh, sorry, I didn't want to bring it up, but it was a
Yeah, I hate to
sorry.
say it, but because if I say it, I'm just gonna drop those microphones and be another broken record, um, and waste my oxygen
Yeah, I
because
got the
no,
same. I got the same idea about what you're about this. What you're
yeah,
we're gonna say, but yeah,
yeah. I mean, I'll just say it quickly because I want this to be a strictly video games and tech. Um, Something's going. Listen, if people are not happy, if society is not happy, and you got a lot of unhappy people, forget about the guns. The guns are just the tools, uh, you know, to kill, to eliminate. The guns don't fire by themselves. They don't cock, they don't reload and cock, and they don't squeeze the trigger by themselves. The bullets don't magically go inside. You know how hard it is to put a bullet inside the magazines? It's not
yeah,
fucking easy. So you have to put it in, you have to cock it, one in the chamber, right? Who does that? A human being does that. Okay, the guns don't do it by themselves. Same thing with a knife. The knife doesn't come out by itself and stabs you. Someone has to do it. A human being has to do it. I don't want to go into supernatural shit because supernatural is supernatural. We don't know about that. I'm talking about physical world. So my whole point is this: if you got a lot of unhappy people, and if society has become so selfish and disconnected, where everybody's just thinking about themselves all the time, and I talked about this previously, then this is going to create this issue in our society, this problem. You're gonna have a lot of loners who are alone, who are depressed, who are angry, they lost everything, and they've got nothing to lose. And all it needs to happen right now is some evil entity creep up inside their head, start saying, yeah, fuck these people, fuck them all, big and small, fuck them all, right? And that's it. They take over. They take over the human body, that physical body of that person, and that's it. And that person starts pulling the trigger and doing the unthinkable. But I think this only happens because of what our society has become. You know, there's a lot of negativity out there. We got crime, we got assaults, we got all kinds of craziness happening on the streets, and on top of that, you got inflation. So high crime, inflation, no jobs, shitty jobs, pay shit. People are unhappy. They work all these extra hours and they never get time to spend with their families, and so people are unhappy. A lot of unhappy people, and negativity and unhappiness triggers people to do the worst. You know, when you push somebody into the corner, that's it. Eventually, they're gonna blow up. Uh, and I think this is, and again, I said we're gonna strictly be talking about the video games and tech, but I think this is gonna become a normal thing. What I'm trying to say in short, it doesn't shock me anymore. Um, if somebody says it was a mass shooting, I was like, okay, what about it? Really, we're at the point where it has become normal, part of our lives, you know. The only thing people are asking, how many? What's the number? If they say four, oh, thank God it's only four. Thank God it's not 17 or 18 or 20, right? So it's really this is the new normal, you know.
Yeah, it's
On
bad.
today's on today's news, a mother killed three of their children, and don't forget to watch the tonight's football game. We got the what you call it the Jets against the whatever Buccaneers or
Yeah, like
something.
they just it's become so normal that basically right
Yeah,
after they like did you know the Ukraine war on CNN there was an ad right after some upbeat little bit of chicken fried Applebee's ad. It
yeah,
was it's really shows you what the fuck, you know.
yeah. So the best thing to do is just like focus your mind on look, the way I look at it is this way. You know, 8.4 billion people on this planet, right? Don't worry about something you can't control, you know. You can't be worried about, you know, there's always going to be wars, there's always going to be violence, there's always going to be, you know, killings and shootings and rapes and this and that and trafficking and all that shit. You know, there's always going to be that as long as you have human beings. I accepted that fact. How do I know that I accepted that fact? I accepted that fact because since I was a little kid, since growing up in Bosnia, all I was exposed to was violence, killings and violence. And I thought it would go away after 95, 96, but it came back again, right? And we went to Afghanistan, we went to Iraq, you know, we had airplanes flying into the buildings and buildings came down, right? And then we had the ISIS and all this other shit. And here we go. Now we got Russia and Ukraine. Um, it's just something that I accept. This is the way it is. This is the way human nature is. This is the way humans are. Not all of them, but this is pretty much the way it is. And why should I waste my time or my oxygen worrying about something I can't control? You know,
Yeah.
I can't stress and worry about something I can't control. If something's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. But I'm not gonna worry about it. You know, I'm gonna ride this train till I cannot ride it no more. You know, that's it. And then that's I think that's the best way to keep your sanity to move forward and not to worry about it too much. You know.
Yeah, I just had to mention it because, you know, I know well, I'm sorry, you know, I didn't really want to bring it up, but
No,
you
it's
know,
all good, man. It's all good, man. I mean, if you didn't bring it up, the I'm pretty sure on the internet something would have brought it up, or on the one of the news networks would have brought it up. I'm gonna find out one way or the other because you're being bombarded by so much information these days. Even if
yeah,
you don't want to, yeah, even if you don't want to know something, you're being bombarded.
because of social media, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're being constantly fed some negativity shit, but they never bombard you with the positive shit because the positive shit doesn't get the ratings. Negative shit gets the ratings. Hey man, did you see that accident? The car split in half. Oh shit, let me go check that out. But what about this other video? How to keep your breathing normal. Fuck that shit. Give me, I want to see this car being split in half. Maybe I'll see a body split in half. Hold on, let me check it out.
Ugh, yeah,
But that's the mindset of people these days. They want to see negative shit. They're just focused on negative. How do we know that people are focused on negative? Because the numbers don't lie. The numbers shows you what people are focused on, right? You see 13 million, 20 million views, right? You know what people are looking forward to. That's a majority. It's a huge majority out there. You know, like that video I was telling you about. That who was that girl that was posing as a cheerleader, almost like a profanity, man, like showing her ass and everything. And then somebody approached her, hey, please don't do that here. There's a time and place for everything. And then she says, you guys are costing me money. My pervert OnlyFans, 30,000, 40,000 of my pervert OnlyFans. They want to see me. They care for me. And then she said something, like she was threatening those guys. She said to them, uh, you guys have no idea how you don't want to make my, OnlyFans upset, some shit like that. It's crazy, man. Yeah, the world has really, it's weird. Man, it's just, I try not to think about it too much, but I'm aware of it. I'm aware of how fucked up things are, but I try not to focus on it too much. Yeah, keep good energy around you. If yeah, it's you have to do that. So getting back to video games, we were talking about the was a Steam Deck, right?
Yeah.
And that gyro, it's pretty cool, man. Pretty interesting to see that. To play the first-person shooter games with moving your Steam Deck. I find it very interesting, though. I don't know, if people are gonna play it like that, but to me, it's kind of interesting that we have that option. I like the fact that they give you that option, that you can play like that. You know, have you tried it?
The gyro?
Yeah, gyro.
I don't think so. I tried the touchpads, and
Oh man, you gotta try it. I tried it on the Counter Strike Global Offensive, I think it was.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah,
Hold on, let's see if I can do it with this game. You mean gyro, like when you move the thing around,
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah,
the
yeah,
handheld? All right, let me try. Let's see. Gyro, gyro.
yeah, Malik. Yeah, it's there's this YouTuber channel guy. His name is World According to Joey or something like that, and he exposes these narcissists around the world. These Insta narcissist grams and only narcissist fans. Those types of individuals out there, and there are never shortage of them out there. They're out there, man. You know, it's the most disgusting narcissist I've ever seen on Instagram was this Latina, and she was really hot. I mean, really. I mean, yeah, she knows she's hot. But her father passed away and was an open casket, right? And she was at the funeral dressed like a slut, and she was like bending over right next to his open casket and showing
Oh,
her ass.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, it was so disgusting, man. Ugh.
You don't
Oh
fucking
God.
do that shit. Yeah.
Oh, dude, when I saw that shit, dude, I almost threw up, man. I think I did vomit. I think I vomited after this shit. You know what? I wouldn't fuck her with my stolen, even if I had a stolen dick, I wouldn't fuck her. I don't give a shit how hot she is. No, for real.
Yeah.
Because that's disgusting. That's fucking disgusting, man. But that shows you how narcissistic people are. The social media has owned people. They are so fucking out of touch with reality. Everybody wants to be famous. Everybody wants to make money on the internet. Everybody thinks they're going to become a superstars. Hey, not everyone's going to be like Dr. Disrespect. Not everyone's going to be like PewDiePie. Okay, these people, they were destined to do this fucking shit. Not everyone is destined to be like Tom Cruise. So people are just totally disconnected from reality, man. So what else we got coming out? I saw that vampire. What's the name of that vampire game? The Masquerade. This is like an RPG, from what I understand. Let me see. No, there's another vampire game that's coming out this May. Do you know the
Yeah.
name of it? Do you know the name of it, Mamba?
I thought it was Swan Song.
Swan Song.
Vampire Masquerade Swan Song. Yeah.
Oh, Swan Song. So this is like what is like a cyberpunk with vampires or some shit.
I suppose. I never really played those games.
Let me see what it says. Let's go directly to there. It's an
Uh,
RPG game.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's a role-playing game, and it's coming out next Thursday, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Just in
19th.
time. Just in time for me to play it. Uh, Let me see. I want to see what this game it's all about. Okay, here we go. Play as three vampires, harness their powers, embrace their desires, and face their demons in a heart-pounding story in which your choices decide the fate of Boston. Oh, now
Boss?
it's May. Yeah, Boston. It's in Boston.
Oh,
Now it's
shit.
May. Now it's May 19th. Interesting. So that's Thursday. You're right, Thursday. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Days
It's
Gone is
available.
verified for Steam Deck.
Oh yeah, I know that. And God of War.
Yeah, I've
I'll
been
be
playing a
playing
lot.
that. I'll be playing Days Gone pretty soon.
I'm
Um,
playing a lot of God of War on there and Elden Ring.
yeah. So welcome to the. I'm reading about this game. Looks interesting though. Welcome to the world of darkness. What if vampires were real? What if bloodthirsty predators lived hidden among us, engaged in a never-ending game of desire, conspiracy, and betrayal? What if you became one of them? In Vampire the Masquerade Swansong, you play as these alluring monsters in a world where the lines between the real and supernatural are always blurred. You know what? I always wondered about that shit, man. What if they really exist and we don't know? You know, all these people gone missing, right? And what happened to them? They never found, right? And and
Yeah, I
and
don't know.
shit. Because hey, 8.4 billion people on this planet. You can't check on everybody, man, right? It's a lot of people to check on who's who, right? Who's what,
Yeah,
especially with all these secret societies that are out there. And what's that all about, you know? So, like Blade, when I was watching the movie Blade, I always, was wondering about that shit. So I'm really looking forward to this game. And it says here you can play as three original vampires, each over 100 years old, weave between their intertwined destinies, embracing their different points of view, and making use of their unique abilities to separate the truth from the lies. Each character has their own vampiric disciplines that can be upgraded to suit your preferred approach. Will you choose intimidation, seduction, or stealth? It's your decision, provided you can keep the hunger for blood at bay. So this is like almost like the Witcher, but with vampires, where you get to choose like how you approach things, right? Or
yeah,
like Heavy Rain, but more like The Witcher RPG style. Because in The Witcher, one of the appealing things about The Witcher is the choices you make, right? Will have different outcomes.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, and on this game, you will have exactly just that, different outcomes. So it looks very interesting. This could be a sleeper hit. You never know. It says gameplay with the consequences. With its unique approach to gameplay, Swansong puts the emphasis on consequences. So it's like a Heavy Rain and The Witcher, like a little bit of a Heavy Rain and The Witcher, which I like. Analyze each situation carefully. The choices you make during the investigation and your social interactions with characters can have lasting impact on the fate of your heroes' lives and the fate of the Boston Camarilla. Vampire Swan Song, it's created by Big Bad Wolf Studios, and Nacon, it's the publisher, and the World of Darkness. So these are all like horror companies, I guess. They love
Yeah.
horror games. So that's good. I mean, I want the horror. Look, it's coming to Nintendo Switch as well. So this is what it's available on this Thursday. PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, Epic Games, and Nintendo Switch. Hmm, that's interesting.
Yeah, that
And you,
is interesting.
especially in the OLED, doesn't look good, man. And Epic Games, so we can play it on both Steam Deck and Nintendo Switch because Steam Deck, obviously, you can run Epic, you know, Epic app, you know, Epic Games app through Linux, and then Nintendo Switch. Uh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the
I
only
see.
difference, yeah, the only difference is me and you can play in all of these because we have all
Yeah,
of the above.
yeah, it's
We have
true.
all of the above. Like we can pick and choose how we want to play it. So that's cool that I can take. See, this is what I like about these handheld devices, that I can take this experience with me and I can play it on either Nintendo Switch OLED, right? And OLED's a beautiful screen, don't get me wrong. Or I can bring my Steam Deck with me. So
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. So let's see. The game it's rated 18. Peggy 18. It contains inappropriate, what is this? May contain content that's inappropriate for children. And it looks like some brief nudity and sexuality and stuff like that. So brief nudity, sexuality, strong sexual content, brief nudity. So there's going to be a lot of steamy scenes in this thing, which you kind of it makes sense because it's vampires, Always going
Yeah.
to be some vampire fucking another vampire in the ass or some shit.
Yeah.
And what kind of editions they have? They have, let me see, limited edition. Let me see what the limited edition comes with. Uh, the deluxe edition or whatever they call it, Primogen edition. They're using a lot of Latin language here. I guess they consider that vampire speaking Latin uh, or something. Primogen edition. You get the base game. You get alternative outfits. Ooh, and these outfits are very sexy, dude. You get a soundtrack. You get a Vampire the Masquerade, Cortez of New York. Oh, so they already made a game, right? Prior to that, right? Cortez of
Yeah.
New York. Dude, I never played this fucking. Is this available?
Which one?
The Vampire the Masquerade of New York. These are the creators of the same. Holy shit, dude! I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm not sure actually.
So listen, this is worth it, man. I'm looking at this Primogen edition. It has a lot of fucking stuff in there, dude. You get an extra. You get that original game. So right there, to me, that adds the value. I'll probably end up getting this digital that deluxe edition.
Yeah.
You got to get a digital soundtrack. You get a cross generation ability. You get that Vampire the Masquerade. Coteries of New York. So you can play the original game. I mean the first part, part one. This is now in Boston. You can play that. You know that the one they made. Uh, Basically, it's a franchise called The Vampire the Masquerade. So this is a swan song. The one was Courtrais of New York. So they have like it's like a franchise. You know what I mean? That's gonna have future vampire games as well. So you get that original vampire game as well, and you get a bunch of different outfits. You get a soundtrack, digital soundtrack. Um, Not bad. Just the fact that you get a original, their first game they made called the first in the series. What I'm trying, I don't want to confuse people. The Vampire Masquerade is like the Twilight Zone, and each Twilight Zone has a different episode on its own. So think of the Vampire the Masquerade as it's set in the world of vampires, but each game is gonna have different settings. This one's in Boston. The previous one that you're going to get included was set in New York. Maybe the next one will be in London, Paris, or whatever. Maybe somewhere else out there.
Yeah,
Uh, so, because I want to learn more about this, because I never played this. I never played the Vampire Masquerade series. It's the series, is what I'm trying to say. Uh, and I never played the first one. I want to see where I can get the first one, where it's available. Probably in the Epic Store, I would imagine, right?
yeah,
It's not available on the PlayStation, is it? I don't think so.
yeah. I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, you know, I haven't really been playing a lot of. I'm gonna be honest with you. My interest is dwindling in modern video games for some reason. I don't know.
Well, that's normal,
I
man,
mean,
because you're evolving. Same thing with me. So, see, I feel like playing this, right? Yesterday, I felt like revisiting the Guns of the Patriots. It depends on my mood, man. I keep changing. I keep evolving. My moods always shift. Uh, I don't know.
yeah,
Maybe there was a time where I was just playing Flight Simulator because I felt like flying, and then I got tired of that. It depends, really. It depends on my mood. You know what people are saying. Let's see.
like Elden Ring is a fantastic game. However, it's sure they're gonna make a sequel for sure. I mean, this game is selling like fucking crazy. But, it's
Yeah.
just that as far as modern video games in general, it feels like at least in the United States, there's not a lot of interesting games coming out. Now in Japan, well, maybe that's different. In Japan I see a lot of interesting shit.
Oh, Japan. Dude, I have a friend who lives in Osaka. Oh, dude, he says the games that they have in Japan that will never see a light of day, like on PlayStation and on Nintendo. Even some games by Sega that are created, it will never see a light of day, dude. Like on a console, like on the
Oh,
PlayStation.
here's the yeah, yeah, yeah. It's definitely true. But here's the thing: you can on Nintendo Switch at least switch the location of Nintendo eShop. I think, or maybe
Uh,
you could set up your router to use some sort of VPN. I don't know. I mean, this is all like a could be a pain in the ass. You're better off using an emulator. But you know.
oh, you know what it is? I just did a research. The Vampire, the Masquerade, Coteries of New York. It's more like a visual novel, and I love visual novel.
Ah,
So it was the first game, and this is a huge step up for them, for the Big Bad Wolf. That the first game was done in a visual novel style. Now this one, it's done in a motion capture, like a full 3D video game. So that's why it's a big deal. The Swan song, it's a huge deal for them. Hopefully, it'll be successful, man. Uh, we'll see. Uh,
Yeah,
I might play this on Nintendo Switch. If it's only on the, let me see, where is it available? I want to see where they have it.
yeah. I probably got like thousands and thousands of games on my computer from all different kinds of that I already have installed because I'm kind of like a data hoarder, you know.
Well, actually, this is why you should get the deluxe edition of the Swan Song, because right now to buy the Masquerade Coteras of New York, it's $20. So I think you're better off getting a deluxe edition of the Swan Song because you get the game included. You get this game, Vampires Coteries of New York, and you get soundtrack and outfits and a bunch of other cool stuff. So definitely worth it. I would say if you're gonna go with a deluxe edition, that permade, whatever they call it, uh, it's called
Yeah,
Primogen edition. I would definitely go with deluxe edition, whatever.
it definitely
Because you,
sounds interesting. Yeah.
I think it's worth it, dude. I think if you do some like I wish people could see this because I'm doing my research here. Um, is that I'm looking at the special edition. It's definitely worth it, man. Definitely worth the value that you're getting
And
for it.
which platform are you looking at it
Uh,
on?
looking at the PlayStation and Xbox.
All right, let
Uh,
me look. Hold on.
so both the
PlayStation.
PlayStation and Xbox will have this, and the only on consoles. Nice. So don't get the PC version. Get the console version. Because on the console version, you're gonna get the Masquerade Cortez of New York. So get the I'll get the PlayStation version, dude.
Yeah, I got PlayStation version as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So now you get to play the original one, the first episode, and then you get to play the one that's full blown, 3D, rendered, RPG role playing game. The first one was a visual novel, so they're transitioning from visual novel to a full blown, motion capture. It's gonna be fucking good. I have a good feeling about this game, dude. And it's been delayed for a reason because they really want to make sure that it's done right. Um,
Yeah,
nice.
now that you say it, think this will be a sleeper hit, dude.
Me too. It really I like the story because I like good stories, and I've always been fascinated by vampires. Like how do they operate and how do they live and what are the conditions and all that? How do they keep the secrets? How do they keep the hunger, right? And how do they? Because you have to be disciplined, right? To be the day walker and then do what you got to do at night. It makes you wonder,
Yeah.
or is there some kind of an agreement between the vampires and our governments? Because I would assume we have vampires who are, congressmen or, mayors or, politicians, right? So they probably want to have some kind of alliance. I'm pretty sure United Nations, right, had vampires. Or just hypothetically, we're speaking. We don't know. But let's say if they were, right, they would want to create some kind of treaty, right, where vampires would be fed from the blood banks, right? They would get what they need. And I would assume there would be certain laws, right, between them, between the vampires, where you can, go around, drinking people's blood for no reason, right?
Yeah.
They wouldn't allow that. That would be punishable by whatever the punishment they have in their, jurisdiction. So I mean, I'm really curious to. I'm now looking. I'm excited now to dive into this vampire world and to play this. And this is next Thursday. So
And
you know what,
this is the
boy?
Primogen edition.
Yeah, Primigenia edition. Yeah. That's what
I
you're gonna
see.
get.
Yes. Yeah. I see it now.
Definitely worth it. Trust me. You got a lot of goodies. You got a lot of goodies included, man. You got a lot of stuff included. Plus the first game in a series, which is a visual novel. You get that included for the very first time, I think, on a console.
And it
Um,
includes the DLC, two DLCs and more outfits.
yes,
Yeah, yeah. This is
you
good
get
for.
alter.
This is good. I like it.
It's, it's not bad, man. How much is it? I forgot. I forgot to look at it.
I think with PlayStation Plus, it's only $63.
Dude,
Uh,
it's a good fucking deal, man. You see, this is
yeah,
what I was talking about, and I'm glad you agree with me on this. Like when it comes to Evil Dead, um, it's like I don't think a multiplayer game should be at $40. I think multiplayer should be like maximum 20. Like you shouldn't go above 20. I think that should be like a dead end, a deadline. 20, not a deadline, but like a maximum limit, right? Like $20. This is as far as you go, $20. This is a maximum limit, not a deadline. Did I say deadline? You got a deadline by this date to make sure it's $20 or else. So what I'm trying to say, maximum. I'm having a brain fart. So maximum should be $20 price tag. And I'm not saying this for you to agree. I know a lot of people think, oh, Mr. 4K tells Mamba to agree just so he will agree with him. No, if Mamba disagree, he will disagree with me. If it's something he disagrees with, or vice versa. But we both happen to agree, right, on this fact that a multiplayer only game should be like maximum $20.
yeah. That's a maximum $20. Yeah,
Yeah, maximum 20. I mean, come on. I think that's a good entry level. And I think it's good for them. It's a good marketing because more people will jump in, right? More people
yeah,
gonna play. Say, hey, it's only $20, man. It's not the end of the world. I just spent like $18 on a Burger King, whatever the fuck, right? It's not a big deal. It's only $20. I'll lose $20 somewhere, right? It'll
yeah,
jump out of my pockets or some shit or whatever. One time I left a $20 tip, man, when I was at the restaurant. So, you know, I mean, not a restaurant, a diner, not a restaurant, a diner. Okay. I apologize. Not a restaurant, but a diner. And I left for $20. And what I'm simply trying to say is that $20, it's a perfect price for multiplayer only. And this is when we talk about the value. Now, there's nothing wrong with Evil Dead. It runs smooth, runs great. I have no issues. But we have to look at the value, right? How much you're paying and what you're getting. And when I look at the Vampire the Masquerade Swan Song, and I look at the value that I'm getting two games plus extra outfits and DLCs, and the you get the what is it, Artifact Pack. You get Victoria Ash DLC, which is a separate character to learn more about her. Digital soundtrack, cross generation. I mean, I like it. I like it. Then
yeah. Me too.
definitely, there's a value here. And I'm looking at the graphics here. Looks pretty darn good, man. I'm looking at the. Can I play this? Maybe I can for people to see, because I don't know. I'm gonna try to play this for people to see. Let's go to share. Uh, because I want people to see this, because they're just listening to us right now, so they probably are like wondering what the hell are these people talking about, right? So here we're gonna show you exactly what are we talking about. I'll put it on a full screen so you can see it. There we go.
Of ruin. As Prince of Boston, I have gathered you all here to deal with an unprecedented threat. An attack against me and against the Boston Camarilla. Who? Why? How? We know nothing of our enemies, but one thing is certain. There will be consequences. There are not many who I can count on in this court. Infiltrate, investigate, negotiate for me. I want answers. When the time comes, I will remember those who have proven themselves to me. Don't let me down. Galeb, You are the oldest among us. You have proven your ability to solve problems time and time again, whether
Interesting.
by deception or by force.
Galeb
I
is
know you will
the
choose the best approach.
their best
Get in among
detective,
the mortals,
vampire detective.
erase all our tracks, and eliminate anyone who dares threaten us. Leisha, you are the most discreet and clear-sighted. Go to where the attack happened and search for survivors and
Dude, this is like
answers.
Heavy Rain. I love it.
You can go unnoticed, blend in with the mortals, and hide evidence of our existence. Halsey will be with you. I have faith in you. Thanks to your popularity, you have spent time with many kindred, whether they belong to the nobility or a more unassuming lineage. Everyone knows your face. Everything is accessible to you. Your reputation and talent for diplomacy will serve you well in your mission.
It's almost like
Track
a Mass
down the
Effect, right?
traitors in our ranks and
Yeah.
reveal their
In a way.
secrets.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Their masks must be ripped off. Use your strength strategically in each situation you face. Don't forget that our enemies will try to hide the truth from you and use the power of the blood against you. Use your experience and unique skills. It's in such times of crisis that everyone's traits and talents
A lot
come
of
to the
options
fore.
here, a lot of multiple
If you
choices,
need to
right?
feed,
Huge replay
do it
value.
according to the traditions. Thou shalt not reveal thy true nature to those not of the blood. No matter the circumstances,
It kind
the
of reminds me of
masquerade must
Hitman.
never be breached.
Yeah, is a
I leave
hitman.
the
Yeah.
choice of your methods up to you, but be careful. Don't let your beast obscure your judgment.
I'm
Mortals may
kind of
be
excited,
weak,
man. I can't wait
but
to
they
play
are
this, to be
many,
honest with you.
and our allies
Yeah,
are
me
few.
too.
Your
Next week,
choices
man.
will affect
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fate of the Boston Camarilla. Act accordingly. We cannot afford mistakes. Make the right choices. Show them our power. And don't forget, they are the prey, and we are the predators.
Nice. Man, next Friday is going to be busy Friday for me because I've got that podcast with Justin and Emma's
Oh
going to
yeah,
be
yeah,
there as
yeah.
well.
I
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
remember.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
almost. Thanks for
yeah.
mentioning that. Yeah.
Yeah, I almost forgot too, but thanks that I reminded myself as well. So we're gonna have that, and we're gonna have, of course, this game. So the podcast, and then this game. So it's gonna be pretty cool, man, to play
Oh
it.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man, for sure. So yeah, man, I like these types of games because it's this is what I don't understand about certain people. Well, welcome to the world. Like some people that just play same old, same games all the time, right? Uh, and like,
Even though,
and I,
even though one. Oh yeah, yeah. Finish. Yeah.
no,
Mhm.
it's okay. And well, not what bothers me. It's just what makes it so strange to me is how come they never get tired of it? Like, how come you never get tired of playing Call of Duty or Fortnite or whatever it is that you play? Like, don't you want to try something else, something new, something refreshing? You know, I mean, we all have preferences, right? And I know you have a preference. I have a preference. We all do, and I'm pretty sure right now Cameron's playing, the Ghost of Tsushima. He loves it. We all have preferences, but at the same time, right? I want to try something else. This is interesting. Like, see, right now I'm excited about this game. It's very interesting, and what makes me excited is it's something that I've never played before like this about the vampire settings in this vampire world. Like, wouldn't it be cool? Like, this is kind of interesting, to see what it's like to be inside the vampire's world, to be a detective and to police a vampire. I mean, I'm sure even aliens would have to police their own aliens if they came from another planet, like, and they want to live here with us, right? Be like District 5, or was it District 9 or whatever? It would be kind of like that, right? It'd be certain regulations. They would have their own police policing their own aliens, right? So
Yeah.
this is like policing their own people, like their own kind, policing the vampires, because vampires will have their own problems and issues. just like every other race, right? Every other, species will have their own problems, from
Yeah.
crime to all sorts of different things, murders, killings, drug dealings, whatever, blood dealings, right? Blood, what you call it, blood dealers, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they will be in the game, blood dealers. All right, let me read the chat. Let me see. Jose says, I went through no games phase two, almost 2 years. I wonder why. And what do you mean by that, Jose? Like,
Yeah, like I didn't mean that, I didn't play games at all. I meant that like my interest in modern video games, like
oh,
new ones,
oh, I
is
see.
kind of a little bit and it going down a little bit. Although I still play some new games, my interest is still uh, is primarily right now on retro games and games from like 2000s and 1990s.
Well, that's okay. That's just a normal, sometimes you get nostalgic and you want to play those old games. Sometimes, you want to play something else. It's just that's a normal thing, man. It doesn't mean that you're not a gamer anymore. It just means that your mood shifts, your appetite shifts for maybe you don't want to eat pizza today. You want to eat a burger, or maybe you want to eat an ice cream, right? Your appetite, your appetite always fluctuates, right? So
Yeah,
it's the same thing with video games. It's the same thing with the movies. The appetite, it's always going to fluctuate, differently. So I that's a normal thing. But to be honest, 2020, and 2021 has been kind of like dry. It hasn't been like a super mind blowing. Even though we had The Last of Us Part Two, which was, I think that was like the only thing, right? The Last of Us Part Two and Cyberpunk.
yeah. I mean, Cyberpunk got a little bit better because of mods and next gen. The update
Yeah,
wasn't that bad, but still,
yeah,
it there's definitely still some highly shady shit that went on when they decided to release that game, and then now now they release all these updates.
yeah, yeah. But they lied. That's the thing that really got them in trouble. They lied about it,
Yeah.
and they got caught in a lie. When you get caught in a lie, it's like, it's hard to kind of climb back from that shit.
Let's
But
hope that.
but 2 years has been really kind of dry. Sure, The Last of Us Part Two was a big hit, and then Cyberpunk was the most anticipated next to The Last of Us Part Two. But that thing happened with Cyberpunk. So there's only two games like in 2 years that I can think of, right? Am I missing on Miles Morales? Right?
I played a good one, Psychonauts 2 on
Yeah,
through Game Pass.
yeah,
That was a fantastic game, but mainly
yeah,
that only, along with Last of Us 2 and a new, more fixed Cyberpunk.
yeah. But to be fair, there was the COVID and all that, craziness going on in 2020. 2020 was just a terrible year, dude. There was just so much craziness going on.
Yeah, I can add Elden Ring to this list of few games,
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. But we don't get like the games like we used to. Like if you look at like 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, man, we were getting ridiculous amount of games during the holiday season, man. And even during the spring and summer, especially during the holiday season of September, October, especially October, especially the month of October, like each year, like a month of October, we have like at least six or seven like kick-ass, exclusive games. And then the month of November would kind of carry on, and even sometimes in December. But we don't see those types of, games being pumped out and released like they used to. I remember
Yeah,
Far Cry 3 came out in December. I was, holy shit.
I think that the Japanese games are the the only thing that's really keeping this industry from really falling apart, you know.
Yeah, true, true about that. So yeah, I'm really excited about this game, Vampire the Masquerade. I think we have what you call it, advertised. I think we probably advertised this game more than anybody. But
Yeah,
that's the whole thing, to bring it to people's. I guarantee you, there's a bunch of people don't even know this game exists. That's even being released next week, right? They
yeah.
probably don't even know, and they might be missing out, like like a sleeper hit or like the underrated. They might be missing out, like, hey, this is a good game. It's just you got to give it a try. You got to play it, or at least you got to know about it. Yeah. See, what else we got?
Let me tell you though, I'm
Yeah.
really excited for some of these Unreal Engine 5 games. Like, uh, are they still making the new Tomb Raider? With
Oh
Unreal
yeah.
Engine,
Oh yeah.
even
Unreal
though
Engine 5.
even though they sold it, the whole assets and shit. I don't know.
I think it's
I
even better. I think it's better because now Crystal Dynamics can do whatever they want to do. They don't have to
Yeah,
be
that's true.
Evoke, it doesn't have to be Evoke or anything like that. So they can now make whatever they want to make and make it, you know, even rated R. They can, I mean, he's been rated R, but they can make it even more rated R. They can push the
Yeah,
envelope.
and also apparently I missed when Konami was you know like I think that they've really gone dry. Konami as a company, and I think Sony needs to buy them and fix that. I don't know. I mean, even Pro Evolution Soccer started to really go down the shitter. They practically killed off Metal Gear. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. Well, Konami, I don't know what Konami was doing. I mean, it's to me, Konami is such a strange company. Like what happened, with them? They went from such a great success of all these games, from Silent Hill to Metal Gear, juggernaut of success, Castlevania, even Pro Evolution, soccer. And then all of that just, eh, we're done with it. I mean, these are the behemoths of franchises, like Metal Gear franchise. That's a behemoth. That's a guaranteed console seller, right? If you add
Yeah,
Metal Gear Solid 6 in there, you know that shit's gonna sell. And you put Kojima's name on there, you know that shit's gonna sell consoles, whichever exclusive it turns into, right?
yeah,
And then you put Silent Hill, the new Silent Hill, next to Metal Gear, that shit's gonna sell consoles as well. You put even Castlevania, that shit's gonna sell consoles on top of the Pro Evolution Soccer that they have. So I don't know what Konami is doing. They could have brought. Uh, was Contra? Was that Konami? Was that Capcom? Contra.
can't really remember. But I did
Yeah.
hear some leaks about a Silent Hill remake for PS5. I don't know how. Uh, at this point, I take everything with a grain of salt. You know, especially on Twitter.
Yeah.
You never know. It could be. Twitter has proven time and time again that they really get shit wrong. So I don't know.
Yeah. They do. Well, unless it's like, unless it's 100%. I always like to look at the source. My biggest problem with Reddit is how do I know the source is correct? How do I know that source is legitimate? Uh, if it's not coming directly from Sony, or if it's not coming directly from Konami, right? Then that's it.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna get too excited. If Konami makes a statement and it's the really Konami, verified blue check mark that it's Konami making a statement on Twitter, right? Oh yeah,
yeah,
we know that Metal Gear 6 is happening, right? That's
Oh
it.
yeah,
That's it. There's nothing there to think twice about. But if it doesn't come from Konami, then what's the point, right? Because Konami holds the trademark of Metal Gear franchises, right? They do.
yeah,
So they can do whatever they want to do with it. But and right now, what I mean, what can the only thing Kojima can do right now? And you got to remember some Hideo Kojima, son. He worked there. That's his entire, almost his that's his reputation. He started in Konami. I mean, he's successful because of Konami. Uh, he goes way back, with Konami, right? Um, Now he knows the only way to make the Metal Gear happen is you got to go back to Konami and you got to be able to swallow that saliva of bitterness, and
yeah,
suck it up and, say, I'm sorry and apologize. I don't, because we don't know what happened. It could have been, maybe it was Kojima's fault. We don't fucking know, right? You know, what really transpired. I mean, I'm a fan of Kojima, but then again, I don't know. Maybe it was his fault. I mean, we just like to paint one picture, say it's Konami, but we don't know what happened. Maybe, Kojima felt like, hey, because of me, you guys are successful. And maybe Kojima felt that he should be able to dictate whatever he wants. And I'm not saying that he shouldn't get what he wants. He should get what he wants because he is, he's like a Steven Spielberg of video games, right? So you want to give him whatever the fuck he needs. But maybe some executives in Konami felt like this guy has too much ego. Like, hey, man, relax. Not every game you make is going to be successful. And it's true. I mean, Death Stranding was okay. It was nothing super successful, right?
yeah,
So let's be honest here. And again, he had a great success with Metal Gear, and there's no question about that. Enormous fucking success, especially with the first four Metal Gears, right? Including the
yeah,
Peace Walker, Snake Eater, Sons of Liberty, Tactical Espionage, Action First, Metal Gear, and Guns of the Patriots, of course. Now, Phantom Pain, I felt like it was okay, but it was nowhere near where Guns of the Patriots and all the others before. And that probably has to do with the fact that while he was making the Phantom Pain, there was that shit drama going on, right? Between him and Konami, and we're never gonna know until Kojima tells us, whenever he tells us, if he ever tells us, what really transpired during the whole drama between Konami and Kojima-san. So,
yeah,
but he knows that if he wants to make another Metal Gear, he knows Kojima-san knows that he has to go back to to Konami. That's the only way, you know.
yeah,
Is he gonna do it? We don't know. Is he done with the Metal Gear? I heard the rumors that people say that he is done. But I felt that he left us hanging. Even playing the Guns of Patriots yesterday. I mean, I don't know. Did he leave us hanging? Um, was there a space for another Solid Snake? I don't know. After playing Guns of the Patriots yesterday, I don't know if there really is a space, to be honest with you. I think he's being used. He's been, how do I say this? Like, there's no more juice there. I don't know how far can you go with Solid Snake, right? Unless you just
yeah,
want to grind, unless you want to grind it. But if you start doing that, if you start grinding it for the money, then you're gonna destroy the franchise, just like Kathleen Kennedy has screwed up Star Wars with her nonsense, right? So,
right,
we have to be. I think Kojima's trying to protect and preserve. the beloved Metal Gear. Like, we already explained to you everything you need to know about Zero, about Big Boss, about philosophers and the Patriots, and who the Patriots are and who were the philosophers before the Patriots and how these Patriots organization works, and the Outer Haven, and in the Phantom Pain, we learn about the Big Boss and the Foxhound and the Outer Haven and how that worked. And then the other big boss, the uh, the female, legendary big boss that the Solid Snake father, Big Boss, killed the original Big Boss
Yeah.
in Snake Eater. So I think everything has been explained. Even yesterday when I was playing the Guns of the Patriots, everything is explained. If you're paying attention, if you're familiar with the franchise, everything has been explained. Everything has been said, and even his father said at the end, you know, you don't waste your life on fighting. You're nobody's tool anymore. Live life for yourself. And that's it. Meryl, she got married with another guy. Aikido, Akido, what's his name? Akido or whatever, or Akima or some shit like that. Whatever the name is, Akima. He got married with him. Vamp is dead. We know that he's not immortal. It's just that he was using those, what you call it, uh, those what you call it, fox dye, uh, nanobots that were implemented with the fox dye to
Yeah.
regenerate the cells. That was all part of Naomi Hunter, and that's how Ocelot, was able to be resurrected by liquid spirit to be inside of him. So all of that has been explained. Um, it's like I don't know how far you can go really far. And then Raiden is officially done. He's got a child. He's with Rose, and Rose told him that the only reason she pretended that she was married with Colonel Campbell is to protect, you know, uh, to protect Raiden. So now they're back together. They have a son. Uh, and then Meryl, she's married, and you know, Otacon, he's with Snake, and he wants to like spend time with him and look after him and tell story about his last days before he dies. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. I mean, how far can you go, dude? I think
I
this is it.
agree.
I mean, really, when you look at Guns of the Patriots, it's really this is it. It's over. It's done. And if they try to push it forward, I don't think it would work. I don't think it would be successful. I think it would be just like Star Wars, grinding it with some more woke shit. And look at even this Matrix. Holy shit! I was watching it on the HBO earlier today. Oh
Yeah, it's
god,
shit.
god, fuck, man. You see, that's what Hideo Kojima, I think, is trying to avoid, and that's why he says this is it. And who better than him? He knows that universe better than anybody, man. Do you know how long it took me to understand the universe of Metal Gear? Is not easy to explain because it's very complex. It's like a tree.
Yeah.
It's like a pyramid, to understand how it all kind of intertwined together. But once you understand it, holy shit, it's real fucking good.
Oh yeah.
Uh, and this is why I tell people, if you truly understand Metal Gear, and if you play the first one, second, third, Peace Walker, Phantom Pain, and then Guns of the Patriots, holy shit, man. I mean, get the legacy. I tell people it's only $30. Get a legacy edition. You got everything in there, and play those games. Except Phantom Pain is not there, but you can get a Phantom Pain on the Xbox or whatever. It's all over the place. You can get a Phantom Pain. It's not that difficult to find. Um, to me, Phantom Pain it's really like not that important. It's just a loose ends. to learn about the big boss and the fact that, okay, oh my God. Oh, here we go. Oh, all right. So I got to give people a warning. Are you guys ready? For those of you who haven't played a Phantom Pain, this is a spoilers warning. I want to give you about 60 seconds or 63 to 64 seconds to exit the podcast and come back because what I'm about to say it's the
I,
biggest. Oh no, now do you know about this? Because I don't know how familiar are you with the Big Boss and the Phantom Pain.
I don't. I didn't play Metal Gear Solid Phantom
So,
Pain 5.
but is it gonna bother if I tell you? If I spoil it? If I tell you?
I don't know. I'm not really. I mean, quite honestly, I mean, sure, I love the games, but I don't think it's gonna bother me that much, dude.
All
Honestly.
right. So what I'm about to say is going to explain why Hideo Kojima chose to go with Kiefer Sutherland versus David Hayter, and why he chose to use Kiefer Sutherland likeness combined with the Big Boss instead of using the Solid Snake likeness and David Hayter voice. And I will explain why. And that's why I call the Phantom Pain a loose ends. Now, the Big Boss in Phantom Pain, you do see him in the beginning. And again, this is a huge spoiler. In the beginning, you do see him, but there's an accident. Shit happens. If you play the game, you'll know what I'm talking about. Uh, he's in the hospital, right? And he's trying to escape. Now, you're thinking, you're thinking that the big boss it's escaping the hospital, but in fact, it's not really the big boss. It's the doctor, it's the surgeon who did the surgery to perform to make him look like a decoy. So that way, the true big boss, just like in the Guns of the Patriots, a true big boss was staying hidden. Do you know why? Because he knew everybody wants to come after him. And that's why he had a decoy called Solidus. Uh, and everybody thought that that body that was in Europe was Big Boss's body, when in fact that was Solidus. But it made him look like him, but he really wasn't like him. So the Big Boss was always trying to keep his true identity hidden to who he really is, while having decoys that look like him, but they're not really him, but they all think that it's him. Like a wild goose chase, misdirection. So I don't know if you guys knew this about Phantom Pain, and this is the geniuses of Hideo Kojima. And I'm sorry that I spoiled it, but I did give a spoiler warning. So that wasn't really Big Boss. That was the doctor, a decoy.
Yeah. Doesn't.
Now, yeah, he did train, obviously. He was part of the Outer Haven. He was part of that group, of course. He was part of the Out of Haven, Foxhound, but it's not really him. Sure, he had to go to trainings and all that stuff, obviously, but really wasn't him. The only time you truly see Big Boss is in Guns of Patriots, when he shows up at the end, before Solid Snake decides to pull the trigger and end his life, and he says, "Don't do it, son. You still got a lot to live for." And then he start talking to him. Then he explained to him what happened and what transpired, and he told him the whole truth and nothing but the truth, 100% honesty. And you can watch that in Guns of the Patriots. Um, so that's what the Phantom Pain was all about. Was putting all the loose ends. I mean, there's some more stuff I can talk about the Phantom Pain, but I don't want to totally spoil it. You see, the geniuses of Hideo Kojima and how his mind works is truly remarkable. But once you understand it, he's like a Christopher Nolan in a way. Like I would say, both Hideo Kojima and Christopher Nolan have kind of a similar mind. They never give you like they never tell you exactly like everything, you know, and you never know what type of cards they're going to be dealing. And they always keep these, Easter eggs around the movie for you to figure out. And that's what I like about, Christopher Nolan and Hideo Kojima is the way they make their movies. It makes you think. You think, oh, this is what you think really going. No, no, no. Wait a minute. And then you go back. Oh shit! How did I not see that? But you have to pay attention. Like the Tenant, you really got to pay attention in the movie Tenant. Tenant is one of those movies you got to pay attention. But if you truly pay attention
Yeah.
and you focus and you connect the dots, then you start understanding. I see what's going on here. So I don't mean to spoil it for people, but I just felt like that's the reason I mentioned Phantom Pain. To me, Phantom Pain was really just a loose end. Was Phantom Pain necessary? Not really. They could have talked about it in briefly to say that there was this surgeon that looked like a big boss, that he was trained, but he was never really a big boss. He was a decoy. He had some training, obviously, by Ocelot. Ocelot showed him how to, and all that, but to keep true identity and whereabouts of the real big boss hidden, because you can't trust anybody in that Cold War, post Cold War, right era. You can't trust anyone because everybody was out to get big boss, right? So what's the best way to keep hidden, to keep your identity hidden? It's by decoys, misdirection, to keep you guessing, to make you think, oh, he's the big boss, but in fact he's not. And it's a nice loose end to have. So I mean, Phantom Pain got 10 out of 10. It was a masterpiece too, but I felt like was it a necessary masterpiece because they could have easily explained that. But at least now people know why David Hayter wasn't there because he cannot sound like Snake. He cannot look like Snake. He cannot have any resemblance to Big Boss that much. And that's why he went with that route. It's not that he didn't want to use David Hayter, but there was a reason for that. Why Kiefer Sutherland was put in there.
Yeah.
Was this like a breaking news to you, or did you know this?
It's not a big deal, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-oh, Jose's like warning spoilers. It's been what, 2015 since Phantom Pain? I would assume that you guys have, well, I would assume that people have played a shit out of Phantom Pain. You know, I might play it one of these days. I might play through it. Maybe on the Xbox or PlayStation. I have it on both. I might play it one of these days. But the thing about the Metal Gear games, I'm so dedicated. Like I don't stop till I finish it. That's the thing when it comes to these types of games. I'm just dedicated to finish them. But I understand them well because I'm since '98, man. That's a long time. I've been, so invested into Metal Gear universe, and I understand it really well. Uh, and I understand that to truly appreciate Metal Gear universe, you have to be committed to the characters and the universe to truly understand it. Some people they skip those cutscenes. It's like, what are you doing? It's like
Yeah.
you're gonna be like a
Can't.
clueless Joe running around looking for ice cream. I had to throw that in there. Come on, man. Can I get away with a clueless Joe ice cream joke? Come on, just this one time. And it's a nice joke too. Clueless Joe looking for the ice cream. Uh, so yeah, so that's the whole thing with Phantom Pain that I just wanted to mention there. So let me see. We talked about for 2 hours about the video games. We stick to it. We talked about that Vampire Masquerade, the the Swan song. I'm really looking forward to that. I want to play that. Uh, that's this Thursday, Friday. We also have a podcast coming in this Friday as well. So right after the podcast, which would be around 3:30 or 4 o'clock. We'll do it 4 or 3:30 around there somewhere. We can do it at 3:30 and then give you enough time for you guys to show up and all that. And then
Yeah.
after the podcast at 7 o'clock, we can do the uh, the masquerade, the vampire swan song. So it's gonna
Probably
be
be
a
a,
it's gonna be a good Friday, man. Before you go to Italy, right?
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna see Top Gun Maverick before I go to Italy as well. Probably the
Nice.
same day, Friday when it comes out, Memorial Day weekend. Oh yeah, man. That.
Yeah.
Apparently the reviews are really really good.
Oh,
Yeah,
look, I mean, it doesn't shock me because they spend. Listen, I mean, I'm not shocked because they really push the envelope, and even Tom Cruise and Jerry Bruckheimer said we're never going to see a movie like this because um, even he was like, "What's wrong with us?" Like, I mean, it's a damn miracle there was no accidents and no one died. Like Jesus Christ.
yeah,
There was some close calls, dangerous calls, and even U.S. Navy says, hey, we got lucky, but damn. Uh, you know, yes, you want to make a great movie, you want to, entertain people and, use it as a recruitment for. Well, this is what Jerry Bruckheimer said. He says he's pitched to the U.S. Navy. The reason this movie looks so good is because it's fully cooperated with U.S. Navy. It's almost like U.S. Navy created them, and in a way it did because they gave him all the airplanes and ships, carriers, everything.
yeah,
Uh, it's like a recruitment, almost like a recruitment for to recruit more cadets, pilot cadets, right? And what better way to do that than to have full, support of and full access support of U.S. Navy, right? So yeah, and the Air Force to a certain extent, but it's really U.S. Navy. U.S. Air Force, it's separate. I mean, I hate mixing, U.S. Navy with the Air Force because they're two different things. But
yeah.
it's mainly U.S. Navy here that they're representing. So I just want to, because some people get butthurt, like, or well, not butthurt, but politically correct. Like, it's not the U.S. Air Force. We get it. It's not the blue guys. It's the U.S. Navy SEAL. I mean that the U.S. Navy. I'm sorry, U.S. Navy though, U.S. Navy uh, pilots and all that.
Yeah.
So
So when I go to Italy, I'm gonna be taking a limo to the Boston airport. So that's an hour and a half probably drive. That limousine,
nice,
and then
nice.
from Boston I go to Dublin. Then that's a quick stop for like an hour, and then after that I go to Venice. And then
Yeah, how
that's
long is the flight's gonna be altogether?
to Dublin is probably gonna be 6.5 hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
6 hours, and then after that, when you go to Venice, it's another 2.5 hours. So probably altogether
8
8.5.
hours, 8 hours. Not bad, not bad.
No,
Yeah,
it's not really. Yeah,
you can watch one of my live streams and we'll go back quick.
yeah. While I'm going over the Atlantic Ocean. Oh
Yeah, there
yeah,
you go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The longest trips are the ones like if you got to go to, let's say, Asia or Australia or India, right? Those are like long
yeah.
trips, like a
Those are
15
like a
hours.
Godzilla. Yeah,
Those are like a big jumbo jets, right? Or some shit like that. I got.
A380 probably. Yeah,
Yeah. that extra fuel. And those are long ass shifts, man. Like 15 hours. You have to was a flight something like that. 16 hours. Jeez.
Oh
But you know
yeah.
what? It seems kind of terrifying that it's a 16 hours, but it goes by quick, right? Like even the live stream yesterday, 12 hours just went by. You know. Now that's if you got something to do. If you bring your Steam Deck with you and you're watching movies and shit like that, yeah, it goes by quick. But if
Yeah,
you
of
don't have
course.
any, yeah, if you don't have any entertainment, you're stuck on the airplane. Then you fucked.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Of course, there's a screen on the back of the seat, of course, and then you got
yeah,
probably a. I'm going economy class, but I can't afford business, dude. I mean, it's
I
crazy,
know.
dude.
Yeah,
6.5 hours in a nice, good leg room. That's enough for me,
yeah,
to
yeah.
fall asleep. That's good enough. Yeah.
As long as you're not stuck to a Karen or something next to you.
Oh no, 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 no.
God,
I'll be,
that's
I'll
the
be.
worst.
I got family with me, so I'll be sitting next to them. Uh,
Yeah, imagine that. 35,000, 38,000, 40,000 feet up in the air,
no,
and you got a Karen with you.
we already got the proper. We already got the seats, so I think that we're all
It's
good.
all good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all
That's gotta be
that's.
the worst nightmare, man, being stuck with a Karen, dude, on an
Oh
airplane. Oh,
yeah.
fuck's sake. Just give her a parachute and that's it. Throw out
Maybe
of the airplane.
they should duct tape her, duct tape
Yeah. Or
to the seat.
parachute it. Or parachute. Maybe she'll land on a Sentinel Island.
She'll land on that island, scary.
Sentinel. Yeah, Sentinels. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Where they kill people.
She'll land on the Far Cry 6 island.
Yeah, yeah. I think one guy went over there. He got killed, and Indian government says that that specific island, it's protected. These are indigenous species of humans, tribes, and they cannot be. Of course, we can. Jesus Christ, God forbid. Of course, we can exterminate them. That's not the point. But it would be an inhumane thing to do. So they're protected. They're protected. They're indigenous tribes. These indigenous tribes are protected by the everybody. The entire world agrees to it. The UN, everybody, and everybody has to protect those laws. And if you don't protect those laws, there's big consequences for that. So Indian government tries to do the best they can to stop people from going there. If they see somebody try to go there, they stop them, they arrest them, and harsh penalties, man. You can do up to like 5 years in jail. Or if you help somebody go there, let's say you help a tourist and he paid you under the table. Hey, take me there. I want to see them. If you're accomplice to it, you go to jail, basically.
Yeah, of
So
course.
because they don't want these indigenous, tribes to be bothered. They want to be they're protected and they need to be left alone. So nobody goes there. That's why you're forbidden to go there. I mean, you can, from a high altitude, you can look at the island and all that. You can fly around, but it has to be a certain altitude. You can't drop down to like 4,000 feet or something like shit like that. You can't bother them too much. So people avoid that area. The ships and everybody they avoid that area and that island. Um, so the size of an island, it's like not that big, but I would say about 3,000 people, give or take,
Yeah,
on that island. That's indigenous 3,000 people living there, called a Sentinel on Indian Ocean. I think Clueless Joe, he probably knows to point to us where the Sentinel Island is on the Indian Ocean. You think he knows where the Indian Ocean is?
no, no.
Okay, that's the second time. You guys can let me get away with it, with at least two jokes for Sleepy Joe. What? Two Sleepy jokes. And these are good jokes, actually. Come
Oh yeah,
on. Yeah. The ice cream man. Yeah, that's pretty sad, man. That we have the highest office. We have a president of holding the highest office of the world doesn't know where the Sentinel Island is or where the Indian Ocean is, right? He needs one of his generals to point out, with one of those rulers, one of those big sticks. Sir, it's right here, sir. Hey, hold on, let me see that. Hold on. Wait a minute. I can't see it well. It's in there, huh? That's nice. I didn't know it was there, huh? Look, you know what it is, man. It's just like, look, um, I mean, there's so much evidence. You look at him, and I mean, you almost feel sorry for him, dude. Honestly, I felt sorry for him. I mean, I'll be honest, dude. I felt sorry for him when Obama came to see him, and he just ignored him, dude. Like, and I'm like, dude, like, and he's like looking around, looking somebody to hug somebody to touch another human being. Nobody, everybody was ignoring him, dude. Even his own people, his own staff that worked for him in the cabinet. And then finally, he found an intern, and she says yes because she doesn't want to get fired, obviously. So he grabbed her hand and come, just hold my hand, pretend that you're walking with me.
It's
Then he
bad.
tried again. Then he tried again to put a hand on Obama's shoulder. He was tapping on his shoulder. Hey, come on, brother, let's go, let's go, let's go. Nothing. He totally ignored him. I felt bad. I mean, really, I really felt bad for him. Because like, holy shit, man, they don't care about you. Like that video showed me that they don't really, they're just using you, right? Like as a puppet, whatever, or Napoleon cardboard or whatever. They don't really care about you. That video, listen, that video speaks for itself. And you saw the video, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, millions of people seen it. I mean, that clearly shows you, what's going on. Now I know that the Obama's gonna deny it. He's gonna say, no, that wasn't the case. It's just I was too busy, it was too loud, blah 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 blah. I don't know. Okay, yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah.
Uh, all right, so we had a good conversation about the video games. Sunday Night Talk. It's been 2 hours and 12 minutes. We talked about the Vampire, the Masquerade. Can't wait for this game. To be honest with you, I can't wait to check it out, to see it, to play it on this Friday. This Friday, we're gonna have the podcast with Justin at 3:30, and then we're gonna have after that 7 o'clock my first look into Vampire: The Masquerade Swan Song. Can't wait to play it this Friday. And trust me, there'll be plenty of video games and videos and stuff coming out throughout the May 20th all the way through the Memorial Day weekend. You'll see plenty of me. You'll see plenty of videos. I'll pump up some more videos for you guys and some more live streams. Again, thank you, Mamba. Thank you, everybody, for being a member, for you know paying to be a member. Like I said, you don't have to do it, guys, but I appreciate that you guys do. It
Yeah.
it means a lot to me. It really does for people who show their support. I tell people if you can't, you don't have to become a member. If you can't do that, that's okay. You can always share the video. I tell people you can share the video. It doesn't cost you anything to share the video. You share it to your friend, and then your friends share it to another friend, and their friends share it and click on it, and it goes on and on and on. So that can help as well. That so uh, that right there can help. Sharing it's caring. You don't necessarily have to be a member, or you don't necessarily have to donate or anything like that. But if I'm not going to stop you if you want to. But sharing is the best way of doing it. Subscribing and sharing. Uh, you don't even have to subscribe. You can just share the video. That alone helps. So thank you, Mamba. It was a great conversation. I really had a fun talking about this, and
Yeah.
yeah. So it looks like we promoted the hell out of the Vampire the Masquerade, and cool, awesome. Can't wait to play it. Can't wait to see it. And then this Friday will be a cool Friday. We're gonna do that podcast and very interesting podcast with Justin, and then Vampire the Masquerade. It's gonna be awesome. And of course, I got some more stuff down the pipeline with Steam Deck. truckload of stuff on Steam Deck. Yeah. So there you have it. And if you guys haven't seen the Guns of the Patriots 12-hour stream, please go watch it. I put some of my own music in there, put some soundtracks to make it a little bit interesting and all that. So I also used the young snake with a bandana and all of that. So a lot of interesting stuff on that live stream. A lot of Easter eggs. Go watch it. See, it's 12 hours, but you'll find some Easter eggs on there if you watch the whole thing. All right,
No.
guys. I'll see you. Thank you, Mamba. Cheers, brother. Love you. Be good. And I'll see you, of course, a couple of more weeks right before you go to Italy,
Yeah.
which
All
would
right.
be, I think, in June, right? You will leave in June?
June 4th. Yep.
June 4th. Perfect. Perfect.
It's
All
it's
right,
it's
Mamba.
uh, it's it's an overnight flight too. Just letting you know. All right.
Oh, that's perfect. Even better, man. Overnights are great, man. Less traffic, less headaches. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, Mamba. I'll see you, brother. Take care. Have a good night. Everybody else, thank you, Jose. Thank you, Malik. Cheers. Enjoy the Bacardi, brother. Bacardi Black.
Yeah.
Cheers. All
Take care,
right.
guys.
Take care. Have a good one. Cheers.
All right. Cheers, brother.